Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing our origami sewing kit, and this is what's included in the kit that you order from Connemara Wool, so you get enough to make 3 flowers. And these are our instructions that we're going to follow. When you get the kit, these instructions come with it. So we're going to take our strip of fabric and lay it out, and we're also going to need our embroidery thread and our needle. We're going to take our thread and thread it through the needle and pull it through. And now we're going to take the end of that thread and tie a knot in it, and this is going to keep the thread from pulling through. So now you're going to take that and put it through just one layer at the end of the strip of fabric. So you can see here, I'm putting it through just one layer. You're going to put it through and pull your thread through. Now once you get to the end, don't pull too tightly because you could pull the knot through just enough that the knot is secure against the edge of the fabric. You're going to pinch the fabric and then go through both layers now from the top going down. And pull it through. We're going to be working what's called a running stitch, and this is going to let us gather the strip of fabric at the end. So it's really simple. So we started by going from the top to the bottom, then the bottom to the top, and now we're on the top again. So just going through both layers of fabric, just put your needle through both layers, pull it through, and just go along the edge of the strip of fabric. And you're going to do this along the entire strip of fabric. Here you can see what the stitch looks like. We're just going to go along the entire strip of fabric doing a running stitch, so just from the bottom to the top, top to the bottom, it's all along the edge. And your spacing, you don't have to stitch too close together, so don't, ram your stitches all really close together. Just have them so they're evenly spaced. They can be medium to big size, whatever is easiest for you. Like I said, this stitch is just going to be used to gather the fabric together. So having it be perfect, you don't have to have it be perfect. Good enough is good enough. And you can see I'm just readjusting the fabric as we go. The fabric already comes with the fold in it, so all you have to do is just pinch the two sides of fabric together, keeping them even at the bottom, and going through both layers. As you can see, we're getting to the end. So you're going to stitch all the way to the end of the piece of fabric, and there we go. So that's our whole entire piece of fabric stitched. So now you're going to set it down, and we're going to gather our piece of fabric into a flower. So now we're going to take our piece of fabric that has our running stitch in it, and starting from the left hand side, we're just going to pinch the fabric and start to pull the thread through. And this is going to create little waves in the piece of fabric, and we're just going to gather it all the way through. Make sure you don't pull too tightly or too fast. You don't want to break your thread. And then as you see, once you get to the end, just twist the fabric so it forms into a ring, and then we're going to secure our ring together. So if you left yourself a thread at the beginning of the piece, you can just tie it. If not, just pinch the beginning and the end of the piece of fabric together and insert your needle through both. So it's going to be going through 4 layers of fabric there, and just pull it through, and that's going to be enough to secure it. So now we're going to trim our threads. So as you can see, because we're using a reclaimed, sustainably sourced fabric, there are going to be some threads that come loose. So just snip those off. It's really, not a big deal, and it's part of the charm of it, I think. So now we're going to put our button on, and the kit comes with 3 buttons. They're taken from the jackets that we reclaim, so they're secondhand as well. And you can sort of see like the different buttons can look different on the different pieces of fabric. I think I like that one. Yeah, the middle one definitely, I think, for this. So you're going to take the other 2 away. So now the first step is just to put it through one of the buttonholes and just pull it through and then center it on your flower. Now going across to the buttonhole diagonal from the one that we just went into. Yeah, you can see I almost went into the wrong one. Just insert it through the buttonhole and pull it through, and you're just tacking it onto like the edge of the inner ring of the flower circle. So now we're going to do the same thing but going from the bottom up this time, and you can sort of put your needle through and then position the button on top of it if you're having trouble getting through both layers and into the buttonhole at the same time. And then the last buttonhole, so we're just going from the top to the bottom, just making sure to catch that fabric and pull it through. And you're left with an adorable fabric flower. So now I'm going to show you how to secure your ends. This would be a great opportunity if you're going to sew it onto a headband, a bracelet. You can even put it on some sticks so that it looks like flowers sitting up, and put it in a jar. Really, the possibilities are endless for what you can use these flowers for. In this case, for the demonstration, I'm not mounting it on anything. So just sort of go 4 times around the back, running your needle through just to secure it. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. It really is just doing the job of securing the thread so it doesn't unravel. So then once you sort of go through enough wraps, we're just going to tie a knot. Yeah, so just tie a knot, pinch it down with your finger so it's close to the fabric, and that's going to secure your thread. And then you can just snip off the excess. Keep your needle threaded because, as I said, there's enough in the kit to make 3 flowers. So then off you go on making the other ones.